Hello, everyone. Welcome back to E20 Zone TV. I hope you're having a very good Wednesday. Well, the news is that sort of appeared over the last sort of 45 minutes that Declan Rice has been offered a £200,000 a week contract for 8 years by our owners and Daniel. Um, how can I sort of assess this? For me, I feel that GSB have pulled a smooth one on him big time because they've sort of put the blame onto him now. Now, if he refuses it, it's Declan refusing it, and there's nothing more they can do. 8 years, though. Do you know what I mean? On one side of it, you can look at it that it's ambition, and basically they're trying to nail this geezer down and build around him. You can look at it like that. You really can. On the other side of the coin, you can look at it and think that they're doing it as a PR stunt. Basically, put it out there to say, we're trying to keep him at the club, but he just doesn't want to be here. The issue I have is if Declan refuses this now, where does it leave him? Because we all know he wants to go. Now, I've always said this: if he goes to Manchester United, that is a step down. I'm sorry, but it is. Like West Ham have got more chance of winning a trophy at the minute than Manchester United, in my opinion. Right? They are all over the place, and I just feel that if he goes to Manchester United, that's the wrong move. Liverpool don't spend that kind of money. Liverpool don't spend 100 million, 125 million, etc. So for me, Liverpool is a non-starter for me. They just don't invest in that kind of way. The Man City one is the major one with me, though. Obviously, Fernandinho is going to retire this year, and they've got Gundogan in there. They've got Rodri. They've got some good players, but let's be honest, they put Declan Rice in there, then he's just another player in their team sort of thing. He's not the star man. Chelsea, obviously, they've had all their difficulties with owners and all that. The only problem is with Chelsea, once it is all finalised with Chelsea, the ownership will look to go out and try and make a star signing, so to speak. And could that be Declan? Now, for me, these owners are just so wrong. And I'm not afraid to admit it. Listen, people love them and say they've done wonderful things. People like myself cannot stand them and can't wait for them to get out the door. Do you know what I'm saying? They've put Declan in an awkward situation now. Really have. And I do feel for him to a point. He wants to go and win stuff. And listen, when West Ham are spending sort of 60 million in the transfer market on players who really, some of them ain't good enough, you've got to ask yourself, where's the ambition? Do you know what I mean? The only thing I can think of, and this is my own personal opinion, is that Daniel is sort of pushing him to say, right, we want to build around this man, get him down long term, and then we can work around him, basically. The issue is if he does reject it, which, let's be honest, it doesn't come out unless there is something behind it. Like a rumour doesn't start unless there's something behind the rumour sort of thing. And Jim White has put it on TalkSport today, and basically it's blown up on social media all over the place. So, yeah, it's an interesting one with this one. I've seen different channels saying their opinions on it. Some of them I agree. Some of them I think it could be like a load of old crap. But on the other side of the coin, I look at it and I think if it is true, at least they are showing ambition of some sort, even though like they are trying to keep Declan at the club. They want Declan to be the next sort of Mark Noble, Billy Bonds type player. Do you know what I'm saying? For West Ham. Thing is with Declan, is Declan just too big for West Ham? But West Ham cannot hold Declan there. Do you know what I mean? So it is an interesting one. 200k a week. I think it works out about 82 million pounds for like the 8 years. Is a major. Well, it's not bad, is it? Do you know what I mean? Like for a young lad, I've got to admit. But for me, to wrap it up before I could come to the chat, Declan is important to us. Let's be honest, and we all know it. The problem is I feel this is like a smokescreen for them. All right, what the owners have done, one, to make it public, to release it and make it go sort of that public is outrageous, in my opinion. Right, 8 years. I've seen a 6-year deal before. I've never seen an 8-year deal before. But then maybe they did. Then you've got to look at the other side of the coin. If they have done that, and it is true, they are trying to keep this man at the club because this man is world class. Do you know what I mean? So it's two sides of the coin you can look at. For me, GSB, I feel will sell up next year and he will be sold before they go, in my opinion. Let's get to your chat and have a look and see what is all going on in the world. What have we got here? Declan Rice running the show 2030, 2031, no bother. I hope you're all right, Jezza. I really, really do, mate. West Ham Irons channel. I hope you're well, Jezza. Afternoon, Tom, Darren. It should be 10 years GSB out. Yeah, it really should, mate. I think GSB have sold him down the road a little bit, Scott, if I'm honest. And the problem is how will the fans take to him? Like, for me personally, I'm going to say this from my own personal opinion. If Declan Rice goes to Manchester United, I won't look at him the same way. I really won't. And I don't want to be horrible like that, but I just can't. Man United is a massive step down at the minute. They're miles behind everyone. We are closer to Man United than Man United are closer to winning the league or even getting in the top four. And that is no joke, in my opinion. Do you know what I mean? So if he went to Manchester United, I think that's a massive step down. I know Man United's a big club. They was a big club. They're not a big club anymore. And their fan base is getting a taste of reality. Do you know what I mean? Like Liverpool have, like Man City have over the years. Even Arsenal to a point. Do you know what I'm saying? Time is right after the Thierry Mark Noble speech. He's clever. You bang on, Sam, as it goes, mate. That's a great comment. Talk about drop it in there right now, innit? Like when you just had the longest serving West Ham player in our generation at the club, and they dropped that out on the Wednesday morning. Do you know what I mean? What else we got? Why was this leaked? Good question. I don't know. Season ticket renewals, probably people looking at it and thinking to themselves, right, we're going to try and get this in there now before the end of the season. Maybe they might look at it and they're trying to do it now in case they know that a bid's going to come in the summer. They're giving Deck every opportunity to stay. The problem is Deck thinks his ambition lies elsewhere. Now, I can only see one club that really, if he's going to be ambitious and win stuff, it's Manchester City for me. Like, it ain't Arsenal, they're miles away. Chelsea are a club that is mixed at the minute. Like, they've got a rebuilding job there. Man United is a no-brainer, stay away from there. You've got Liverpool, but they don't spend the money. And Man City is the one, really, I think. I think if he goes to Manchester City, then I think every West Ham fan would accept that. I don't think many West Ham fans would accept him going Man United. I really do believe that. Do you know what I mean? I don't believe this one bit. Nobody would sign it if it's true. You wouldn't commit to that. And obviously, for me, it's about winning trophies for Deck, not the money. Yeah, but the thing is, though, Ken, and it's good to see Ken in the chat. Where else does he win trophies in the league? Because there is two teams that are powerhouses ahead of everyone else, and West Ham have got more chance of winning the trophy than United at the minute. So it's an interesting one. I understand what you're saying. You wouldn't sign it, but then are the owners trying to be ambitious in a way that they want to keep Declan here and build around him for long term? It's an interesting one. It really is. For me, it's great business. Declan would be here for another year. Being an 8-year contract would take a bit of 120 to get him at the club. That's the one thing I will say, Scott. It's one thing I definitely will say, and I definitely would agree with you on. Is it that they're trying to nail this geezer down, and then they've got the control in? Because as the contract is ticking down, every day that passes, his value will be going down. Next year, his value will go down a little bit more. Someone in the chat, correct me if I'm wrong. I think he's got 3.5 years on his contract. I think, and that's including the extension. Now, for me, if you can nail this geezer down, it takes a bid of 125 million plus to get him out of there. Do you know what I mean? Which is good business for West Ham. And with the way the inflation is at the minute and prices going up and down, if West Ham was to send him, they want to send him at the highest point. Do you know what I mean? So it's an interesting one. So yeah, that's a good point also, Sam. They've got Arlem's for so cheap. Could they go out and spend 120 million on Declan and offer us a player, so to speak? Now, They could actually come in and go, right, we're off you 100 million and we'll give you Zinchenko. Do you know what I mean, Man City? It's an interesting one with that. The only club that I really would like him to go to if he was to leave West Ham is Man City. Like, I would, under Pep. Maybe Klopp would be a good one, but I just don't see Liverpool spending that type of money. What else we got here? They've just skipped, which is annoying. Let's get up to it. What we got? As he has 2 years left anyway, the efforts need to go into making us a more attractive team to stay with. I agree, Tom. I really, really do. They've got to show ambition. What they're trying to do in one way is they're trying to show ambition from the outside, like to the fan base, and going, listen, this is what it is. We're going to try and nail him down. The problem is he going to make Declan look bad? Do you know what I mean? That's the problem. We'll be criminal if we eventually sell him for anything less than 80 million. I agree. I won't be surprised if we do that. There's probably zero strategy in place for the good of the club either way. Great point. Great point. I can't see Rice staying beyond next season unless we get into the Champions League or we win something. And we really should have, but we know what's happened. We know what's happening in the window. Yeah, I agree, mate. I really do. I think next year, my fear is GSB sell up, they sell Declan, they take their chunk of dough out of it for the sale of Declan Rice, and they sail off into the sunset and leave Daniel to pick up the pieces, basically. Hello, Anthony. Jazza, I wouldn't be surprised me if GSB offer him a 20-year contract, yeah. I still think we have yet another shit transfer window. Let's hope not, mate. Let's really hope not, Peter. Let's skip down a little bit. Man City always said it, James, or Chelsea, if their takeover gets sorted. I agree, mate. I really, really do. The Chelsea one is a fear. Don't get me wrong. It is a major fear with me. I feel that Chelsea, when they get new owners, they're going to have to bring in a star signing. And let's be honest, Kante's getting older. Their midfield is a bit rocky. Jorginho ain't the same player. It's an ideal no-brainer for me. I've said it on this channel quite a lot, that if Chelsea was to get their ownership sorted out and they want to make a marquee signing to appease the fans and get the fans on side, Declan Rice would be the one for them. Let's hope not. Let's hope not. What else have we got here? Let's just skip again. 2 years with 1 year option, James. That's the contract for Declan Rice. See, that's the thing. Next year, it'll be down to 1 year, one year extension, and obviously his value will be starting to go down. So yeah, it's an interesting debate, really. Do you know what I mean? And for me, with Declan, before I sort of come towards the end, it's a tough one. It really is, mate. Like, if Declan don't accept that, if it is true, on the one hand, you can look at it and go, they're trying to build. On the other hand, you look at it and you think you've just mugged him. Like, you're literally throwing him into the fire, basically, and saying, right, listen, you've got to either accept it or it makes you look bad. Do you know what I mean? As I always say, though, the sooner this ownership get out of this club, the better it is for all parties, for them, for us, and for the club. I really do mean that. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. And that is my thoughts on Declan Rice's new 8-year deal and £200,000 contract offer. Amazing. Do you know what I mean? 200k a week. Well, what you could do with that. Listen, I'll be back again soon to do more content. Listen, I've been doing a little poll on my channel. So click on the old community on my YouTube channel and you'll see a load of polls that I've done. Please put your cast your votes on all the polls that I've done. And at the end of the week, I'm going to do a little mini video to say who the winners are of them polls. Also, with the content that I've got coming up, obviously it's coming to the end of the season, and I've decided to sort of go all out towards the end of the season, and then I'm going to have a little break from the YouTube game. So for me, the first up will be a player rating season review, and I'm going to opt for that. I've got Affers, Lucas, Dan and Jace, myself, and there is someone else who I can't think of the top of my head who it is. Yeah, that is it. That is the people that I've got coming on, and that will be that done. and that'd be interesting to see what everyone's thoughts are, and that'd be a live stream, so you can check that out on here. Also, obviously afterthought after the Man City game, afterthought after the oh yeah, sorry Scott, Mitch will be on the old season ratings. That will be interesting. I cannot wait to have Mitchell on this channel for the end of season review to give me his unbelievable thoughts on Souček. I must admit, it will be fun. It will be fun. Anyway, afterthought will be done after the Man City and Brighton game. Player ratings as per usual. And yeah, listen, it's been a tough whole season. It's been a long season, especially in this YouTube game. And for my first year doing it solely on this channel, it's been good. Do you know what I mean? So it'll be fun. Anyway, check all that out coming up on E20 Zone Ball TV. And as Phil says, he will be ready for the Souček rating for Mitchell. Don't worry, Phil. I can't wait either, mate. So I'm with you on that. I really, really am. Please smash a like on the video. And if you're new, Randy, please do subscribe to the channel. It goes a long way. It really helps me out greatly. And yeah, that is it from me. Anyway, try and enjoy your Wednesday. Football tonight. Will Man City beat Wolves, or will Wolves be catching us? We will find out. Anyway, bye for now.